Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Simply Nerdy. I'm your host, Steven, and I'm joined today by Anthony and two special guests. We've got Alex and Jack.
Hello.
Hey, everybody.
And we are here to talk about our impressions of Astro Bot, even though Jack and Alex have both beaten the game, and Anthony and I are coming in clutch, but we are, shall we say, milking it, and we are just loving the crap out of this game, and we had to talk about it. So here we are. Let's get into our thoughts about Astro Bot. Man, just right off the bat, let's just start off with the fact that this is a fantastic 3D platformer. And it's just so beautiful. The haptics feel amazing. And man, they just blew it out of the water with this game. But I want to hear your all of your thoughts. Who wants to start?
I vote Alex.
Alex, go.
All right, I guess I will start us off. It's funny. I was just telling these guys that I had a really specific reason for why I actually beat this game over the weekend. Both Jack and I have been playing World of Warcraft a lot because of it just had a new expansion. But coincidentally, on Saturday, my second computer that my wife normally plays is having technical problems. It just kept resetting on us. And I was like, well, okay, we'll figure this out, but why don't we get Astro Bot and play that instead? All because we had computer problems. We got Astro Bot and we literally beat it by playing all weekend. And I have a lot to say about it, but I'll just simply say this. It was a blast.
So can it be said that that your computer made the decision for you so you didn't have to wage the war within?
but now Azeroth needs me.
Well, now you can go back without, having to split your soul between the two. There you go.
Oh,
That's right. Absolutely.
Sorry, I had to throw in my dad joke.
I liked your dad joke.
How about you, Jack? I want to hear what Jack thinks too. Let's start with our guests.
This has to be the funnest game probably on the PS5 because it's just a blast all the way through. There's really no stopping. The game has zero dialogue in it, so it's just straight action, just straight platforming. It reminds me of a Mario game, like Mario Odyssey. It's really at that level, is what I would say it is. The platforming feels smooth, fantastic, the controls are great. The only one I hated was those monkey arms, because it did like a different direction than I thought it would go, and it pissed me off, but I got used to it. But every power-up was super fun, especially like that time stop one, where everything is going slow, and you just do that. Like, on a technical level, Astro Bot looks insanely good.
I totally agree.
Performs insanely well.
I agree. There's the mouse power. I won't say what it does unless Anthony's done it, but there's a mouse power, and it's awesome.
Oh,
that was one of my favorite levels.
Anthony, you haven't done that, right?
I actually did just do that level.
Oh, good.
So
okay,
you're safe.
Yeah,
no spoilers.
When you shrink and the world just expands, I'm like, holy crap, that was seamless. And then you grow back up, and I'm like, no, it's not going to handle it very well. Oh, it totally did. No problems. Dang. The level can scale whatever you want. Like, holy crap.
My very first thought when I saw the game is, dang, this looks an awful lot like a really polished Mario game. To begin with, I wasn't sure if I was going to pick it up right away because I have a lot of other priorities this year, like Zelda coming out this month, and then Mario and Luigi, which I'm a huge fan of, coming out in November. So I was like, well, maybe I could afford to, because I knew I was going to get it, but maybe I could afford to wait until as a Christmas gift. But then I saw an article posted on our Discord where someone was talking about the importance of voting with your wallet, and I was like, oh, okay, never mind. I'm going to get it right now. Because aside from wanting to send a message about a game of this quality, to have Concord as the backdrop, I'm like, no, this is the most important voting opportunity.
This is huge for
in gaming.
Yeah.
Wait,
So anyway,
a game called Concord?
Oh yeah, it's set in the Concord universe. Have you ever
Astro
heard
Bot
of it?
set in the Concord universe? You heard it here first.
I went in being like, feeling hopeful that this was going to end up being a pretty good 3D Mario analog, I guess, for Sony. And honestly, I came away being, and I've only made it to about World 2 so far, but, I'm sitting here thinking, man, this feels like it was made by Nintendo themselves as far as the level of polish and creativity and complete lack of fluff. I mean, it was funny. Jack mentioned the monkey hands level, and I'm like, oh look, it's so Nintendo. They even had the janky motion controls in there.
You're not wrong.
Not wrong.
The one thing
So-
they shouldn't
You got a
copy,
point.
they did now.
But yeah, no, I just the thing. It just. I mean, honestly, if I were to find out, I was actually mentioning this to one of our other panel members, Austin, just the other day. I was like, after finding out that Sony is working with Nintendo on the Legend of Zelda movie, I'm sitting here like, did Nintendo work with Sony on Astro Bot? Because, it just suddenly feels a little too Nintendo polished 3D. Anyway, it's just a conspiracy theory. But
You know what, Anthony? You totally gave me the idea. I got to make the meme now. Have you seen that meme where Mr. Bean is like copying off the guy's paper? Gotta just make it like Astro Bot just looking at like Mario Odyssey, like copying off his paper. Because there were definitely similarities. I would say this is, without question, this is basically Sony's Mario Odyssey.
Oh, 100%.
I would agree.
Yep. And some people would hear this, heaven forbid, a hardcore Nintendo fanboy would hear this and be like, oh, I can't believe Sony would copy. But no, this is the good kind of copy.
Yes.
Because it's not just copying Mario Odyssey, but this game 100% has an identity of its own.
Oh, yeah.
And it reaches into zones that make it different. It stands out as its own game.
Yeah.
And it's when we're closer to the end of the video, I'll give my last thoughts because I got some really good thoughts. But all I can say is that the game has continued to very much impress me the more I play it.
Well, and I'm also going to submit a quick hot take. I think that as gamers, we are I don't know if I'd say we as in like this panel necessarily, but gamers in general, I feel like are way too hung up on the idea of originality. Well, what does that even mean anymore? Because I'm sitting here being like, I don't care that this genre has been done to death because as far as I'm concerned, it's definitely not dead. I mean, does really fun games die? I don't have a problem with more really fun games coming out.
Right.
So anyway, it's just funny to me. I was like, I copy Mario all you want. As long as it's dang good, then I don't flipping care. In fact, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
Every single video game on Earth is copying another video game at some point.
Yeah.
That's how games grow and everything. The industry grows in general.
We live in the 21st century. Everything is taking inspiration from something, whether you want to admit it or not. From movies, TV shows, to books.
The UI design.
Everything's taking inspiration from something.
Yep.
And so it's just silly to be like, oh, they're copying, because not even Mario Odyssey is 100% original. Mario had inspiration from other things as well. This is how the industry evolves. So,
When we say the Astro Bot reminds us of Mario, that's like the biggest compliment that we can give it. We're not saying it's a Mario game.
Yeah.
We're saying that it plays and feels like a Mario game, and that's like the biggest compliment we can give it. That being said, it does set itself apart in many different ways, but one of the ways, which I think is incredibly awesome, is it takes some PlayStation elements and throws it in there, whether it's like a bot design with different bots dressed up as different PlayStation characters you've seen over the years, and even some levels based on those characters that you can play as, with music from those games, just a remix, like a robo remix of that song, and you get to play through this level, and they are cool. They are fun. It is way fun. I unfortunately saw one spoiled by my daughter today, and I won't say what it is for Anthony's sake.
No.
But, man, and it's one of the games I love on PlayStation. It's PlayStation exclusive. This one I love, and I was blown away. Let's just
I
say
can still give hints.
it involves a bow and arrow. Okay. I was like,
What is your flipping problem?
whoa, what, mine?
I just told you several times to stop
He
talking.
kept telling you to stop, and
Anyway, it is so cool.
It's Delta.
Okay, it is way cool how they did that, and the bots are so fun to collect. They are hidden collectibles throughout each level, and it's so much fun to just like go through the level and search for them, and see that little caption that has for each and every character, and it's just like, oh, it's like nostalgia trip on steroids. This is great.
I'm actually gonna need to watch a video that breaks down and tells me where all these bots are from. Because as somebody who grew up not being a Sony fan, like half of these bots, I'm like, who's this? What am I grabbing? Like, I've grabbed a few where I'm just straight up like, oh my gosh, I know exactly where that's from, you know? And there's some really cool Easter eggs, which I won't spoil.
Sorry,
I did get to
Because
I
Alex
didn't
will
say
listen to me.
anything. I didn't say anything.
You said so many things. I was like, stop there, Steve. He continues. No, you're done, Steve. He
I'm pretty
continues.
sure this person was in the trailer, so I said,
He didn't watch the trailer. Yeah, I like I said, I'm not super far, but I have been consistently impressed with just the level of polish that they brought to the table. And I think what's especially fun to me is I feel like Sony has historically shied away from this type of game, maybe even kind of turned up their noses a bit at creating this kind of game. And there's been stuff similar to it, you know, like Crash Bandicoot and, you know, maybe some Spyro. I actually haven't played those games myself, but this is the first time where it's kind of felt like a homage to Mario, not only in terms of copying some of the ideas, but also the level of polish and design and just really solid game development and just complete removal of fluff. I've said that several times, but I think that is probably my favorite thing about this game. And it's impressive when people succeed in making a game that is so well designed that literally every second of playing it is enjoyable for one reason or another. I mean, heavens, even just moving, Astro Bot, like the character, just moving him around is designed to maximize the dopamine output from your brain. Like, the way the controller does the little metallic footsteps and all the sound effects it does that. Most of the time when I'm playing the PS5 and the controller volume is up, I'm like, oh, this is dumb. These noises are annoying, and they're kind of taking away from my experience. And there's times when my wife is like, what is that noise? Where is that coming from? I'm like, oh, I've got my headphones on. She's like, can you turn that off? Anyway.
If you don't have the controller noises on, you're making a mistake. Turn them on.
No, yeah, it's a big part of the experience. Honestly, I was chatting with Austin about this earlier. He was like, well, maybe I'll wait for the PC port. And I'm like,
no.
Well, first of all, this is Sony, so if you want to play Astro Blob instead, then you go right ahead. But
you did the back at the wrong time.
But also, I mean, like the game is designed almost to be a bespoke PS5 game. The controller, like the Kirby Air Ride style controller that you ride around, is literally a PS5 controller, and your spaceship is literally a PS5, and everything is just really designed about that. And I mean, that's not like a hard, like there's no way this could ever come out on PC, but I definitely see it as a really high, unlikely thing to happen. Anyway, I think that this game is worth being, a system seller. And honestly, this is how I would sum up my thoughts, because I could keep going on and on. I would say that Astro Bot is probably the most important game that Sony has ever made. I think that it's polish, its focus on gameplay elements rather than the bloat that gamers have come to associate with. Hey, you make this worth my money. They've taken all that out. They've distilled it down to just pure fun, and I'm here for it. I've already got like a third of the bots because I'm a completionist. I enjoy digging through every level.
As do I.
So I'm not super far into the game, but I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. I have like 2 hours on record. but it's already, those 2 hours have provided me more fun than most games do in 40.
Dang.
So, if I can follow up on that, I completely agree. I think this is basically like, it's a console sale. It's a reason to get a console. When I played this game, at least the first hour, one of the thoughts that was going through my mind was, oh my gosh, the things I would give to be an 8-year-old kid and open this up on Christmas.
Oh,
Because
man.
this game is going to create memories. But as far as mentioning how this is one of the most important games Sony has ever made, Sony, unlike a lot of brands, has very, very much struggled in finding a mascot. Nintendo arguably has like 10 mascots. They have, even like, I think about most companies, you can show a face and you'll say, oh, like you can show Arthas or an orc and you'll think Blizzard. You can show Master Chief and you'll think Microsoft. Sony has suffered. They have officially been given a mascot that is one of the best modern mascots that I can think of in modern gaming. Yeah, it's Astro Bot is likable. He's fun. He's cute. He's adorable. He has a personality. He's family friendly. I can't think of how a better way to win for Sony here. But when so speaking about Steven and Anthony, you guys are like, second or third stage, second or third galaxy or whatever. When I was that far in, I thought, man, this is fun. But I'm excited to hear your guys' thoughts when you're at the end, because this is one of the rare games that just got better and better and better the more I played it.
I'm excited to hear it.
Yeah, no joke around the... I won't spoil anything. But
hey.
Yeah, Steven.
No need to jack me anymore. I usually get all the way off my back about that spoiling thing.
Okay, I won't get off that thing, Steve.
I'll just say this. In the finale of the game, y'all, whoever hired this crew to make Astro Bot, I can't give my hats off enough for them. The finale of this game, the way they had the collaboration of all the Sony stuff and how they put it all together was just, even as somebody who didn't grow up as a Sony fan, it made me just for 1 minute wish I was.
Dang.
That's how effective it was. It made me for 1 minute say, holy crap, if I was a hardcore Sony fan, this would be one of the coolest things ever. And I still thought it was cool. And it was just one of the most memorable, like the ending absolutely stuck with me. And then when it was done, I wanted to just play it again. And I'm currently 100%ing it. So whenever a game can do that to me, or the second I beat it, I want to play more and complete everything, it's doing its job 100%. The game is phenomenal. I can't say enough good things. I'm a big platformer fan. Banjo-Kazooie is one of my all-time favorites.
Yes.
And I put Astro Bot right up there as one of the greatest for a platformer.
Dang.
Yeah,
I love
agree.
it. I totally agree.
I was going to say, too, just as, it seems appropriate that the team that made this game, so they're called Team Asobi. Mm-hmm. Asobi in Japanese means play. And I think they nailed it. I think it's the perfect description.
They understood the mission.
They understood the assignment, yep.
Basically, the way that I'd tie this all up is, if you don't have a PS5 yet, go get one, if for no other reason than this game. Because,
Make sure
don't
to
get a PS5 Pro for this.
Oh, I was going to say the opposite. I was like, make sure to get a Pro.
Yeah, you need to need to spend that $700 for that one extra pixel per voxel.
And then you'll have to buy a stand.
You have to go buy a stand, and you'll have to buy a
new remote.
Yeah, controller probably isn't even in it either.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get your own disk drive, connect it to it.
Drive.
Yep.
Okay, but now here's the question: how did they make the game work with the fact that the PS5 spaceship doesn't have the weird vent things from the Pro? Watch them. What they're going to do is they're going to make it so they're like, okay, since this game is so bespoke and it's all about getting the ship components back, the only way you can play the secret final world is if you have a Pro, because then it actually lets you get those final components.
Okay, and you know, and
Don't get the
Let's hope
ideas,
not.
Anthony.
Let's not hope. Let's hope not. Yeah.
just,
Write that down. Write that down.
something I
Maybe
also
there's
wanted
this
to bring up.
one pixel in the sky that you can only see of a PS5, and that's how you get the final level.
There you go.
There you go.
Something that stuck out to me when I first started playing it and I was live streaming it. Alex, you were watching my live stream. Thank you, and giving me comments and helping me out. So were you, Jack. Thank you.
I left
But
early
something
to
I
play
could not
Astro Bot.
convey.
That was a good choice. Sensible.
Something I could not convey as I was streaming was how gorgeous this game looks on a 4K TV. I was playing on my 4K TV, and I was like, "Oh my gosh! Just look at these colors pop! Look how smooth it is!" And I'm not even have a PlayStation 5 Pro. Okay, it's a normal PlayStation 5 digital edition because that's the right way to go. But still, like, man, like it looks so good. And I was like, "Oh, it doesn't look this good on the stream. I know it. I'm only streaming at 1080p right now, but dang it! Oh, it looks so good. Even if you were streaming in 4K, I don't think it'd look as good as it does on your native TV. So, because of the video compression, but man, it looks good." And then, Alex, that was something that you specifically said on our Discord too when you started playing it was, "Wow, this game looks beautiful."
Yeah.
And something else I want to talk about, just mention briefly, is the music
Yes.
in this game slaps so hard.
It's so good.
Oh, I bought the deluxe edition, so I got the soundtrack, and I'm so glad.
I can promise you when you beat the game last night. So FYI, the wife and I played this game all day yesterday. and when we were done, we're like, let's take the dog out for a walk. I gotta get out the house. As I'm walking the dog, I'm humming the music in that game. I could not get out of my head. So good. I can't even begin to say how much the music has stuck with me. And it's not just one or two tracks. It's like half the tracks.
No, it really is. Though. And you're like,
Yeah.
oh, this is another banger. Oh,
Yeah.
this is another
It's
banger.
that
Oh,
dang
good.
tree level that got stuck in my head.
Yes.
Stupid
Yeah.
love, stupid love.
That freaking tree level.
Yep.
Like, what is
Took me a
this
while to
track?
realize. Took me a while to realize he was actually saying real words.
Yes.
Right? Digital Foundry did a really good video going over the visuals of Astro Bot. I should probably check that out if you're interested.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
And didn't they say that it was the most technically
Yeah,
impressive
they
game?
gave it pretty much a perfect score.
Dang.
Yeah.
So,
I think there was only one place in the game that the FPS dropped.
Yeah,
Impressive.
you don't even need a PS Pro for it because it ran smooth the entire
Yep.
time.
Yep.
Oh.
0 frame rate drops.
Like-
Wow. It was just
Yeah.
an incredible experience.
Just amazing. And the very ending of the game, a lot happens.
Yeah.
Like the screen is gonna blow you away, and it runs smooth. It's just
Oh my God.
these guys killed it. But
I'm so
if there's
excited
any-
now.
yeah, it trust me, the ending is fantastic.
Definitely. It's a
so
finale, I'll say that.
Yeah, it is a finale you won't forget. It's one of those games, like, it's kind of how Anthony described Super Mario Wonder. There are moments around the end of that game that just made me smile. So, like, I was like, this is incredible.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But if there's anything I would like to just share, this is a theory of mine. It's probably just a lost theory that just, but it's worth mentioning. Nintendo, over the years, has gained a reputation with having the most known fighting game in the world, Smash Bros. And companies from around the world have basically allowed Nintendo to borrow their characters to go in that game. Talking Sony characters, even. My thought was, so this is something Astro Bot really capitalized on, was basically the Astro Bot jumping into other worlds. Specifically Sony-themed worlds. And so where I'm getting at is, I was like, how cool would it be is if in a future Astro Bot game, we had all these gaming companies like who are just fans of Astro Bot say, please borrow my IP and just have Astro Bot jump into a Astro Bot version of this world. So like think Astro Bot jumping into like a Halo world just for one map, or a Cyberpunk world for just one map. Like this is all just a dream, right? But it's like it's totally possible, and I can't think of anybody who would be against that.
Nope.
Except maybe a hardcore Nintendo fan.
That would be.
I'm-
I'd be down for that. Absolutely. And something
Yeah.
I thought about while you were
Yeah.
saying that was, it'd be cool if Mario would do that. If Mario jumped into different Nintendo worlds. Oh,
Like,
Yeah.
that'd be
Yep.
awesome.
be awesome. I agree. I mean, they've done it with Smash Bros. If they can only just kind of do it with Mario's own game, right?
Oh, wouldn't that be cool?
Astro Bot didn't shy from that at all.
And then that's what I thought of as I was doing it myself is, oh man, if Nintendo did this, it'd be over. It'd be over. Oh man. Anyway, I can't praise this game enough. It deserves all the praise. Holy cow! If you haven't played it yet already, like Alex was saying, buy yourself a PlayStation 5. This is a system seller. It's incredible. Review to come, so stay tuned for that once Anthony and I finish it and catch up to these two gentlemen. Any final words for any of you before we wrap it up?
I'll just say, Game of the Year frontrunner.
Oh, no kidding. No brainer. Jack, anything, Alex?
Yeah, I'll say, I mean, it's not my personal game of the year, but I'm sure it will probably win game of the year, honestly.
Oh, nice.
I can't. No.
Wait, let me guess.
What?
Is it Nine Souls?
9 souls.
No, it's not Nine Souls. It's Concord.
Oh, you're right. Wait, is that even? But is that even a game anymore? Can it really,
No.
even qualify?
At the
Well,
very least,
it's
it was
game
an
of the
experience.
century. You know, it's already ended. So
Our
no other game can
artistic
say they ended in a week.
artistic experiment of the year. How's that?
It was all part of the plan.
But yes, it's Nine Souls.
Okay.
Okay.
Having someone who's not beat 9 souls, I am with Anthony. I think, as so far, Astro Bot is the forerunner for me as well for Game of the Year, and I think it has got a real good shot at winning.
Yeah.
So,
I'm
Yep.
thinking if the year goes like it does, it's going to sweep everything pretty much.
yeah,
Dang.
and Sony needs it.
Yeah.
And honestly, this time,
After Spider-Man got snubbed last year.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Most of the time, I'm like Sony. They just come across as real snobby sometimes, and you know. So a lot of the time, I'm like, I just don't want them to win, and so I wasn't too sad that they got snubbed last year. But this year they deserve to win.
Well, we need to make a message, and please, if Astrobot does sweep this year, please, Sony, don't be stupid and try to capitalize on this. You figured it out. You don't have to change anything. You have that same team. You give them as much time and as much budget as they need, and say, "All right, now do the same thing, but go bigger." That's all you gotta say.
Exactly.
That's all you gotta say.
Do not do what Microsoft did and lay everyone off.
Don't put a battle pass on it.
Yes, don't do that.
It just makes me think of that meme that do it again.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, could you imagine they laid all these guys off?
Oh,
The talent lost.
Well, you know what would happen if they laid this team off? If I was Nintendo, I'd be like, "Welcome aboard."
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you for your resume submission.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'll take all of
100%.
No kidding.
We'll
right?
take you guys.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I think that's about it. If you like this video, please subscribe, like, and ring that notification bell so you know when our review goes up, because we're going to be reviewing this 100%. And we need to do some more live streams of this, too. I've only live streamed it once, so check us out for that, for more live streams on this. And, yeah, if you enjoy our ramblings, we'd love to keep you around. Don't forget to join the Discord in the description below so you can join our conversations on all our nerdy content. So,
Yeah. Hey, and also just a quick plug.
Yeah.
Also, jump over to Alex's channel. I think it's Lakes. That's the name of your channel, right?
Good.
Lakes heal me.
Lakes Heal Me. Yeah. So that's we've been doing. I joined them recently for some chats on StarCraft because they've gotten me hardcore into that, and it's been a lot of fun. So check out their his channel. Well, I guess it's Alex's channel, and Jack is joining. I don't know. Anyway, but there's some fun stuff there too. So give them
Absolutely.
give them
We
a
have
look
a lot
as well.
of good content over there.
Oh yeah, appreciate it.
So yeah, absolutely check them out. They're amazing. I love all their content they've done so far, and I can't wait to see more. And until next time, guys,
Keep it nerdy.
Keep it nerdy.
Keep it nerdy.